Warning: the following program is intended for a mature audience. It may contain language or opinions that are not suitable for some listeners.
This week on the show, somewhere in Virginia, they have discovered a TV fairy. A new mysterious item was discovered this week inside of a woman's vagina. And a college in New York has found an utterly crazy reason to hate milking cows. Do you see what I did there with the utterly? I'm brilliant. It is August 18th, 2019. This is the 2 Cent Show. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the 2 Cent Show. Glad to see you here. I'm the ranting Gryphon. This is Featherhoof over here. How you doing?
What's up, my furry fluffy gang here? This is your Pega Daddy Featherhoof on the horn with all y'all today.
I always say over here. Here's Featherhoof over here, like he's sitting next to me, but he's over here, I mean, by way over in Ohio. He's over there. So, we're here together with you all in spirit. But anyway, I wanted to say, you guys, I'm a bit sorry. I had a rough week.
Oh,
I definitely had a rough week, and part of it was because last week for the 2 Cent Show, I'd kind of got it set up. I got it set up to where it's like, okay, do the 2 Cent Show, but I was gonna have to spend my time on my birthday. I was going to spend the whole day editing, and a friend of mine came to me and said, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I'm like, well, I'm going to be editing all day. Meh. And some of the friends that I have came to me and they kind of smacked me over the face and they said, dude, take it easy. Don't just, you know what? Take the day off. It's okay. Take it. Do it.
yes.
So I finally decided, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll take the day off. I'll just lay around. I'll read a book. I'll relax for my birthday. I'll have some good noms and everything was fine. So that happened, but then the day after that, my leg decided to turn into my own personal death metal band, and it was just singing to me all day and all night. It was the really, really painful outbreak where it's like I couldn't get out of bed. I literally couldn't get out of bed. So then I couldn't record gaming videos at all. So I had this fun time where for a little while, people who listen to 2 Cents a lot were coming by and they're poking at me and they're like, hey man, you okay? You doing okay? There's no 2 Cents. I was like, yeah, I'm doing fine, my birthday. But then people who watch my gaming channel after that started coming by. It's like, hey man, I don't see any games. You okay? What you doing? Is it fine? I'm like, oh yes, I'm fine. I'll be fine. But yeah, I had to answer a lot of that from my phone, laying in bed going, yes, I'm fine, or I'm gonna be fine. But
define fine at that point. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm fine. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. God damn it, I'm fine. Get up.
Oh, it was a bad one. It was the kind where
yeah, I saw the picture.
did I? Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it was the kind where like the weight of a bed sheet, you know, was just, even that was like excruciating. So I was like, nope, none of that. So there was no getting up out of bed. There was no, my room now, I gotta clean it up a little bit because my roommate was very helpful and he went out and he brought home some drinks and some snacks for me and stuff. And he set it right outside my room, but I couldn't get up. Well, I couldn't.
No. You couldn't get up, so he leaves it outside your door. I love it.
Well, yeah, because I had the door locked and I couldn't get up to unlock the door. So,
okay.
Yeah,
still funny though.
I had to finish the story there, but eventually I did. I actually went up and crawled and I got the door open, and I just jerked the stuff in from outside, and just my room, my studio looked like a college dorm for a little bit. It was really nasty. But yeah, anyway, that's what happened to the 2 Cent Show last week. Nothing major, nothing serious. It just I took my birthday off, and I am now
And then God punished you for it.
Yeah, and then God punished me for it. My leg punished me for it. But I was just trying to think of how old I am now. I think I'm 48.
You're alive.
I'm alive. That's really all we care about when you get my age is I'm alive and I can still take a dump. And those are the two things that I need to be able to do in life, so I'm good. So,
well, it's like once you get past 24, I think 24 is like the last age thing that happens. It's not even a good thing. It's like 24. Oh, you're 24 now. You're not allowed to be on your parents' insurance anymore.
Yeah, you have to get your own insurance, which is...
But after that, I don't think there's ever like another like thing that happens on your birthday after that. Like that's a specific age thing. So it's just like, I'm alive.
Well, and you know, these days, 24 years old, I mean, most people these days don't even think that there's any life past 24. They don't even understand that life continues on. They're like, 24? Oh, Jesus, I'll be dead. I'm gonna die when I'm 25. And it's like, no, you're not. By the time you're 25, you're gonna just be getting into life. Maybe, if you're really mature. But,
and then they get to 25, and then they think they know everything.
Think they know everything, and that you're going to continue to live in mom and dad's basement and not go out and get a job, and yeah, okay. Well, that's what they do now anyway. I don't know about before, but anyway, I hope your week has been great out there. I hope you've had a great week. Like I said, mine was a little bit crappy, but how was your? What about anything interesting happening to you?
I don't want to get into it, to be perfectly honest.
Oh,
it was family drama of the highest order.
Oh, no.
It's just, I mean, the old saying goes, and it's so true, nothing spells drama quite like family. And, like I said, it's just private business. I mean, you know, hey, this is two sides. We should be air all your shit. Not this shit. This isn't some, but it was a bad week. Let's put it that way.
Oh, man. I'm really
glad
sorry
to
hear
be
that.
here on the weekend to do this.
Oh, man. Well,
because I need some haha in my face.
Well, hopefully we can give some haha to you and me and everybody out there. We do have some interesting news this week. Some fun stuff.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So why don't we just jump on into that?
Please bring in the world news.
In Virginia, a man wearing a TV on his head is caught on camera leaving old TVs on Virginia front porches. Residents living in a Virginia neighborhood woke up to find free televisions on their doorstep. It sounds like a great gift until you see the older box set left at the homes. He's committed to his trade, said homeowner Jim Brooksbank. He wants to be known as the TV Santa Claus. I don't know. What's the guy said? The bizarre discovery happened Sunday morning in Henrico's Hampshire neighborhood. Outdated boxes were found at more than 50 homes.
Damn!
I thought my son brought it home, but apparently not. They had way too much time on their hands if they had all these TVs and spread them all over the neighborhood, said homeowner Michael Kroll. Henrico police are tuned into the situation.
Oh, no!
I didn't write that. That was not my cheese joke. They have security camera video from multiple neighbors, but think it's only a prank, targeting no one in particular. Now, this happens sometimes, I've noticed, and it always seems to happen on the East Coast. I don't know, where was it? I think it was an older, like, private show we did, or was it, where somebody was, like, going around and leaving mashed potatoes on people's doorsteps? I think we did.
I don't know, that doesn't ring a bell to me.
So we did that, I did at some point.
Wait. Okay, wait. I think I do remember. Oh, yes, we did. It might have been the private show.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I love it when people do that. I love it when people, like, just go around and they do something that's, it doesn't hurt anyone, but it's like, you know, it's like some internet prank only in real life. You know,
It's just one of those things that's not meant to hurt nobody. It's just to make people laugh and go, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah, it's like you open your door and it's like there's a TV on your front porch and it's like, I've been 4chan, you know?
I love the video from it. Just the guy who did you see the video?
I didn't see the video. No,
This guy, he literally just has a tube television on his head. And just walks up with a TV, sets it on the porch, takes like 2 steps, and then turns back and waves. And then just walks away.
Bye-bye.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's like the famous.
It was so amazing.
The TV phantom has appeared again. Well, I don't know if I wish it said, it didn't say in the news article if the TVs actually worked or anything.
That is an excellent question, actually. They didn't say that.
I don't know if they worked or if they were all broken. I mean, apparently they were really old, but...
Oh, yeah. And this is like the one that the video I saw, it looked like my first TV I ever had.
Yeah, something like from like mid-90s or something like that. See, that's
like,
nuts.
Like late 80s.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it, especially if you got one that actually worked. Then you could like plug it into like an old NES and just have yourself a good old 80s time.
Hell yeah.
You know, plug that thing up and get the nice screen wrap around to where you can't. You have to
Gotta get the RF converter. You unscrew the screw a little bit and you put the little metal bit and then screw the screw back onto it.
Yes, I remember those. Oh, and then you got a little switch on it that goes from TV to game.
Yep.
Man, yep. I had one of those. I got it, I think, for my Atari 2600, but I kept that thing around for like years because it was useful as hell for like loads of stuff. Because you could plug it into your TV, you could plug cable into it, or a VCR or whatever, and then you could just plug something else into it and flip back and forth between both the sources, and it was like, yay! Of course, TVs now, they have like 1,200 plugins on the side of them, and you can just plug everything right in, so no big deal now. But back then, it was really awesome. It was awesome having a TV that could switch like that. Someone that could just go from whatever sexuality it wanted to be at the time. So
see, we were fancy with our old TV. Ours was the one that had 2 knobs.
Oh yeah,
it had the knob on the top that had like the 1, 2, 3. I think it went up to like 12 or something. And then the bottom one that was just like 30 through 69 or something like that.
800. And that was the UHF stuff. Yeah, so those were awesome TVs, and actually tuning into some of the programs. I remember some of those days on UHF, like the lower knob, you could get some stations some days depending on like the cloud cover, but other days you couldn't. It was really weird. It was so strange.
It was like Fox, our local Fox station used to play the anime before school. Mm-hmm. That's when I was just getting into anime and stuff. But it was very, very hard to get in. I'd be sitting there, I'd be holding the bunny ears, right?
Yeah.
Just holding them and moving them and then tilting way far back so that I could hold the bunny ears and watch the screen at the same time.
You used to be able to
Come on, you bitch! Come on!
You used to be able to build this thing like this Eiffel Tower of rolled up aluminum foil between the 2 antennas, and if you got it just right, you'd actually have this weird structure that looked like an upside down Eiffel Tower, and it would actually bring the stations in a little bit better now and then. So yeah,
I need to go back in time and tell my younger self about this shit. I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, we're dating ourselves now. We shouldn't do that.
We're old men, we can't help it. We're too old.
Oh, I remember some of the first toys I got. One of them was a diaper with a bolt on it. It was it actually was. It was my father built it for me. He somebody like when he was in the military, when he was out at war. So one of his friends, his military buddies, taught him how to make, with a string and a diaper and a big old bolt, this thing where you could roll it all up together and throw it in the air, and then it'd go poop, and it'd come down like a parachute. And
no way.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, really? At 5 years old, that's some amazing shit. So I grabbed that thing and tossed it up in the air and poop, and it'd come on down every time. It was really cool. So that was pretty awesome. But anyway, before we date ourselves too much further,
okay, let's just go ahead and move on to
the next one. Unless we want to tell them, of course, what it was when trains came out. We liked that. Anyway, next story. A Louisiana woman allegedly caught with meth hidden inside her vagina said she didn't know where the drugs came from. The police said Ashley Beth Rowland, 23, was accused on July 31st of stealing $5,000 from the apartment of a man she'd been staying with for about a week, according to documents published by the Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office. The man told the West Monroe Police Office that while he was showering, Rowland swiped his cash and left. Rowland and allegedly confessed to police that she did take the man's money and left his apartment. The document said a female corrections officer later searched Rowland and get this, inside of Rowland's vagina, they discovered $6,233 along with a clear plastic bag of roughly 1 gram of meth, which Rowland denied was hers. How much space does she have? I mean, why did she doesn't...
must be wide.
No kidding. It's like, don't need a purse here. Whoa. I gotta admit, I don't know a lot about having a vagina. I really don't. But
No.
maybe one of our listeners out there can tell me, because to me, that sounds like a lot of stuff to have jammed into a vagina. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I've heard of weirder. I mean, there's an old 2 cents where some dude had a whole convenience store up his ass when he went to jail.
Yeah, well, there was that one. But yeah, I don't know, man. That seems like a lot of stuff and drugs and money. I mean,
I think the part that gets me though is she's like, that's not mine. It's like, if there's something that ain't yours up your snatch, I would hope you would know how it got there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the weirdest part, is like, oh, that's not mine. It's like, really? It just grew there? I mean, honestly, if you've got enough things in your vagina that you could buy a used car, get high, and take off in the thing, something is probably wrong with you, okay? That's not even funny.
Although, if I can somehow have that surgically implanted, I would get the sex change if I can have the vagina that grows 6,200 and whatever amount of dollars.
Well, it apparently grows 1 gram of meth, because she doesn't know how it got there. How did the meth get there? It does. You know what? Last week, a 5 tentacled monster just came out of there. I have no idea. Things are constantly falling out of there. I don't have any idea what's going on. One time a baby fell out. Have no idea how it got in there. So yeah, I just. Oh man.
I mean, was her boyfriend? Were they just having some kind of like weird kinky sex where he's like, "Hey baby, here, just put on this blindfold, all right? And just, no matter how much this hurts, just trust me. I'm trying to try something kinky out. This is for me, okay? It's for me." And meanwhile, he's just using her to like hide his shit.
Yeah, she's there tied up and got a blindfold on, and she's like, "Are you putting plastic in me?" "No, I'm just old." You know, it just that's what it could have been. It could have been that, you know. I don't know, but it did. The news report did say that she only was there for a week. So I'm kind of wondering, you know. First of all, I'm not saying that it's good or justified to steal from anybody, but that's a little odd to be sharing your home with somebody you've only known for a week, you know?
Wait, did they say that they've only known each other for a week, or that she'd only stayed there for a week?
It says from the apartment of man she'd been staying with for about a week. So, I don't know, maybe they did know each other longer, but that's, I don't know, it's a little rough. But either way...
I feel like there's, like, context we're missing here.
I don't know. All I know is that we suddenly, apparently, in Louisiana, we have a woman who has a random item producing vagina. So just things fall out. All you have to do is smack her over the head a couple of times, and who knows what'll fall out. You know, it's you could get, you know, a Minecraft diamond pickaxe could fall out one day, and you'd be great. You know. One day she's gonna go through TSA, and her emotional support rocket launcher is gonna fall out. Yes. Oh God. Like on the last, that was amazing. Oh man, I want an emotional support rocket launcher. I really want one. I think I need one of those. Mine needs to be loaded though.
And then no, you get your emotional support rocket launcher. I'll get the same ticket on the same flight and bring along my emotional support rockets.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Yeah.
And then we can get together and emotionally support each other along with our rockets and our rocket launcher. And that would be really, really cool. Yeah.
We can emotionally support everyone on that flight. Especially the babies.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Let's move on here. A Florida man. A Florida man. Okay, a Florida man. A Florida man who was arrested for drunk driving reportedly told police that he had smoked THC to prepare for the return of Jesus.
Honesty! I love it!
There it is. Honesty from a drunk driver. Carlos Gryphon, 22, was taken into custody by Indian River County Sheriff's deputies on July 27th at an outlet mall in Vero Beach after receiving complaints about someone who smelled like alcohol was driving around the parking lot. When he was asked for his driver lessons, Gryphon reportedly handed deputies his vape, which he said had THC inside. News outlet
This will
reported,
identify me.
Yeah, this will identify me. There you go, it's got THC. Citing an arrest affidavit, he allegedly said he drank some alcohol and smoked 400 grams of liquid THC in his vape. The 22-year-old deputy, he smoked? What? The 22-year-old told a deputy that he smoked the THC to get himself ready because Jesus was returning. Because we all know that if the moment Jesus comes back, the first thing he wants to see you is you busted off your ass on fucking pot. Gillen allegedly also believed he was in Tampa, not Vero Beach. The two cities are on the opposite sides of Florida, roughly 140 miles apart. So, we don't know how long you'd been in that car and how much you'd had to drink or smoke, but apparently this guy thinks that the moment Jesus comes down, he's gonna want to walk up to some guy going, "What's up, Jesus?" Hey, man. I mean, doesn't this guy know that he's gonna get smacked right to hell immediately as soon as Jesus comes down?
Or is this finally people, the religious people finally admitting that the only way that they see these images of Jesus is because they're all fucking high?
Maybe, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It depends on how much THC you smoke, but if you smoke enough of it, then you frickin' Cthulhu will come down and kick your ass. So it's, it depends on how much of this shit you smoke, but, yeah, that's one of those out there. It's like, yeah, Jesus is coming, so I'm gonna get stoned.
It may have been a bad week, politics and personal issues and everything else, but you know what? Thank God we still have Florida.
I know. I mean, this show just would not be the same without Florida, without the states of, I think, Florida and possibly California. Without those two states, then this show would just not be the same. It wouldn't be the same. Florida, man.
I've started hearing people call Ohio the Florida of the North, and I don't know why.
Ohio doesn't seem so bad to me. I don't know. It seems like an okay place for me anyway. It takes forever to drive through. Well, it takes forever to drive through the thing, but it's pretty cool.
Because we have the slowest fucking speed limits, in the 7 states surrounding us.
You're not still at 55, are you?
Not everywhere. They actually start raise some of it, but there's still a lot of 55s out there.
Get on the interstate so you can go 20. Yay! It's like, that's why nobody in Ohio ever dies. They're going 20 miles an hour. People are running down the highway faster than you can drive. So, yeah. Anyway, we do have one final story for you today before we move on to other things. This is an interesting one. New York University promotes a paper comparing cow insemination to rape and milking cows to sexual abuse.
Oh, God damn it.
A paper currently being promoted by New York University calls on society to reconsider the rampant sexual exploitation, quote unquote, of dairy cows by the milk industry in order to, quote, fully fight gendered oppression. Significant. Yeah. Significantly, the author compares cattle insemination to rape and the milking of cows to sexual abuse. The published piece aims at discussing the sexual exploitation of non-human bodies, specifically dairy cows. The author notes that as a vegan and animal rights activist, she feels compelled. There it was. You knew it'd have to be there. She feels compelled to reveal the feminist aspects of animal agriculture, a topic she says is unfortunately under-researched. Now, there's a reason it's under-researched, because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. That's why it's under-researched. My God, but is nonetheless important because the same way women's health has been at stake for years, a dairy cow's reproductive system has been poked and prodded. Which, let me back that up there.
Wait, what?
This is a quote from the thing. This is all a quote. The same way women's health has been at stake for years, a dairy cow's reproductive system has been poked and prodded. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean?
That sounds like word vomit.
It does. That's somebody threw a dart at a fucking board filled with words and just wrote it down and made a paper out of it that a college is promoting. According to the publication,
actually, if you put like bongos to it, that it might also be beatnik poetry.
Could be. According to the publication, the dairy industry is a host for sex-based discrimination and a site where sexual assault and objectification based on biological makeup are highly prevalent, but ignored as we choose to neglect non-humans with whom we share a planet. That was all, of course, a quote as well. This, at this point in time in history, does not surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all. I
don't know. I'm surprised. I mean, this is stupid. This should be surprised. No one, even, as much as I'm sure I disagree with vegans, I'm sure you disagree with vegans. I mean, you never would imagine any of them would be this stupid.
Yeah.
There's no way I would ever imagine this.
I don't disagree that vegans should be able to go out and have whatever diet they want to. I mean, if you want to go out and, you want to eat a bucket of nails every day for fine. That's up to you. You can do that. I'm not going to. But I don't like it when vegans when they turn into veganists. I like to call them veganists. When they develop it as a religion and start trying to preach it to everybody else. And this is the same kind of thing that we're doing here. We have somebody who's a vegan and a feminist. They can't even make sense of themselves, and they're trying to tell everybody else how to act. I really don't like it when people do that,
Well, the worst part about this is that there are issues with sexism. There absolutely are, and this person is taking those issues and completely demeaning them.
Yeah,
it's like let's not worry about the fact that we still have lots of issues with with sexism that needs to be adjusted and fixed around here. Let's try and associate it with fucking cows.
Yeah, let's non-human bodies, they call it. Non-human bodies. I think it's funny because I'm pretty sure I know this doesn't happen in the human anatomy, but I'm guessing that if for some reason the human anatomy, if there was always milk in women's breasts all the time, and human milk was of some kind of importance to the world, like some kind of thing that people got bought, or for some reason, there would be women lining up on purpose to get a job, just sitting around and being sucked all day. I guarantee you they would do it on purpose. They would actually go out and be like, yes, pay me money and I will be sucked all day long. I don't care. So I don't think this is an issue. I really don't. And I don't understand. It just seems like somebody is making an issue just to be pissed off about. But that happens a lot. That happens a lot.
I've always been confused about the whole dairy thing, though. I've always been confused. Do cows just constantly produce the milk, just not 24/7, or do they have to be pregnant to produce the milkage?
Well, I think they have to be pregnant Parganat? Pregnart? They have to be pregnart.
They gotta be preggers.
I pregnart. I'll show you that video later. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I think they have to be pregnart. But the thing is, if we're going to discuss about, well, that's sexual abuse for the female cow, well, isn't it also sexual abuse for the male cow? I mean, is it not on both sides? I mean, or is it just the females? I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird.
that is kind of strange. I mean, they're involuntarily doing a sexual act on the male cows too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the male cows they're doing what they do, and the female cows do what they do. Thing is, I don't hear any of them complaining. It's funny because when you do something that hurts an animal, in general, they'll usually let you know. If you do something like you take a ball-peen hammer and you hit a seal over the head with it, they're probably going to make noises and come after you and try and bite you, and obviously they're going to make it that they don't like this. Okay,
right.
I don't see any cows standing around doing that. They just stand around, they eat, they give milk, and that's their day. That's what they do. I don't see any of them rolling around on the floor going, moo, moo, damn it, moo, moo. I think what people are trying to do, and I think people do this a lot more than they should, is they're trying to prescribe human emotions onto cows, and they're thinking, well, if I was standing in there and I was being milked all day, I would be bored and horribly, I would feel raped. You know what? Cows don't feel raped. They don't know what that is. They don't even have the concept of it. So I don't think they care. I really don't think they care. I don't know.
I mean, I've seen cows get pissed. I have seen cows get pissed and try to kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, they'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've gone and seen, lines of cows all being milked. They don't seem to be giving a fuck.
I've never seen one that seemed to be giving a fuck to me. Maybe they like it. I don't know. But I don't know much about. I've never had udders either, so I can't talk about that. We're talking about all the parts in the world that I don't have today. I don't know.
So I guess what 2 is saying is that somebody go find a wizard that will turn him into a cow. Specifically a lady cow.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it would be a lady because it's a cow, but
a
female bovine.
Yes, a female bovine, and then I'll be able to...
That will grow meth and money from its vagina and constantly swell and produce milk from his udders.
Hey, you think I wouldn't still go get that car? I'd still go get that car. I'd be a female cow with my udders driving around high in a fucking car. Okay, I'd do that. I would absolutely do that.
I want to see that now.
Anybody wants to send us fan art, you can go ahead and do that. Anyway, hey guys, let's move on to WTF Theater.
For the sake of balls, we must consult the theater.
All right, guys, so let's see what we got for picture number 1. Yeah.
Whoa.
Is that like the new hairstyle up in the hood?
To put Snidely Whiplash's mustache on people's foreheads?
I guess. I mean, that looks like his real hair. I think he's really just shaved he shaved his head and left that there on purpose.
I think that was a prank. I think he woke up one day, didn't realize that his homies had shaved all but that tiny little bit up there just to fuck with him.
No, I think
he had no idea.
I think that's on purpose. I think this dude I think he's compensating for what's not on his face. It kind of looks like it. It's like, well, I can't grow it down there. I'll just grow it up on top of my head. I'll have 2 mustaches on my face. Yeah, crazy.
I just want to see him twirling it like Snidely Whiplash.
Oh, God. Let's see, next picture here. Yes, please be responsible for your children at all times, or we will eat them. Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Someone finally put into words what we all wanted to say.
Oh yeah, I mean, just baby with some good, pepper jack cheese on it, in between a bun or two, some lettuce, and oh yeah, that's nailed it. Yeah, it's really good. Next one.
There we go.
There's a reason I put that in there. And it was because I knew the story of the TV guy was going in here. And I saw that, and I'm like, huh. I wonder if they're related. You know, maybe that's his wife.
The video I saw, it did look a lot like that.
Maybe, but yeah, that could be his wife or his sister, or something like that. You know,
cousin.
Yeah, cousin,
I think
mom.
that's like a computer monitor there.
Yeah.
As opposed to a TV.
Oh well, then it could be his kid then.
Ooh.
There you go, because younger. So yeah. I mean, she was at least born in what, late 90s? It looks late 90s to me. I don't know. Next picture. Wow. Now, that poor bird he's into some weird things, I think.
I want an Eaglerito.
An Eaglerito?
Eagleritos.
Nice.
Eagleritos, that sounds delicious.
Eagleritos, let's go. I love Eagle burritos. No, it's funny because the bird doesn't look terribly concerned. He almost looks like he's waiting for something. He almost looks like he asked for this, you know? He's like, all right, make sure it's slippery. Just slide it on in. It's like, no, you're a protected bird. We can't do that.
Yeah, he's waiting for something, all right. He's waiting for one of those bastards to get a finger close enough.
Actually, probably that's what he's doing. He probably, and if you see the beak on that guy, he could take it right off. Mm-hmm. He could take a finger right off. All right, next one. Now,
oh my God!
Somebody tell me what kind of cat that is. Is that because I looked at it thinking that it was some kind of weird photographic mishap, but I don't think it is. I think that's a real cat. And I just, Cat, you're doing the owl thing, Cat. You can't be an owl. Stop it.
It's not a serval, is it?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
The fact that the cat is literally doing a spiral staircase with its spine while on a spiral staircase is amazing.
That's a pretty cool shot. Yeah. So I know there are plenty of guys out there watching this right now because most of you guys are furries. But somebody tell me. Somebody write in and tell us. What the hell is this cat? Because it may be a serval, but I don't know. If that is a serval, then, dude, I kind of want one. I mean, I kind of like a cat that can kind of just spin itself around in spiny twisties.
I bet if it was docile enough, you could tie it in a knot.
Well, you could either that, you could just like spin it around and then just like send it down the stairs, and it'll do like a slinky all the way down. That'd be great, you know? Cat slinky down the stairs, right there. All right, next one. Okay, this one. Just you read this one.
Okay. Put 1 drop by mouth 3 times a day into right eye for what? Wait, whoa! What? That's a trick!
Put 1 drop by mouth 3 times a day into right eye for 1 week. What? How do you? I don't know.
You'd have to be like, you'd have to be some kind of creature with some like crazy, like powerful, like prehensile lips or something like that.
Yeah, you have to stick it in your mouth and then somehow spit it in your ear. I don't know how you. Well, the cat could do that. The cat we just saw could do. There you go. It's for a cat. It's just put it into his mouth so he can go spit it into his ear.
Or is it like, you know, when you pop the candy or into the air to catch it in your mouth? You put it in your mouth and you squeeze it real hard and it shoots it up in the air and then you try and land it in your eye.
Maybe that's it. Just blank in your ear. God, I have no idea. Anyway,
it's prescription for clowns.
Yeah. Next one.
No.
Wow, they look just like they used to. Yeah, I don't know.
Time has not been friendly to them.
No,
at least one of them.
Well, either of them, but more one of them. I'm wondering if they actually went to the Stanley Hotel and did that.
I don't know. I've never been to it.
It's not far from me. It's you can actually drive up into the mountains where it is, and you can stay in the hotel that they filmed The Shining in, which is really, really cool.
It sounds cool, but I'd be afraid that they would actually try and be gimmicky and try and like do things to you.
You know, if there was like a Stephen King convention, they really ought to have it there. That'd be the best place to have it, you know? Let's just go to the next one here. You know,
oh my god!
I have something serious to say about this, okay? I have something...
Wait, okay.
Okay. Yo, the book is titled My Behavior, I Don't Hit. Now, it just is not the same. It's not the same learning it like this than when your parents would pull you over their knee and start smacking you while telling you not to hit people. See, because that sends you into your first mental quandary of when you're a kid, because you're laying there getting spanked, and your parents are going, don't hit people, smack, smack, and you're like, but you're hitting me. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Speaking of hitting people, getting spanked, that kid in the middle looks like he just finished getting spanked.
He does, kind of, actually.
That is the face that I think I made, because obviously I can't see my own face, after my parents had just finished spanking the hell out of me.
Let's go on to the next one.
Oh, why?
I did not know that Barbie was that thick. I didn't know she was that thick. I didn't know. She always has clothes on, but now...
I gotta say, I was never really a fan of Barbie, but looking at it this way, from this certain light, this angle, I gotta say she looks delicious.
She does look delicious. That could be barbecue sauce, too.
I just want to eat her all up.
And finally, one more, guys. I think you'll like this one. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You drink my coffee. Prepare to die. Prepare to die.
It's amazing. I want it.
I threw that one in there just for you because I know you're a big fan of the movie, so yeah. Well, and so am I. I love that film. Oh, man.
Dude, I'm pretty sure between the two of us, we could have a two-man play and just reenact the entire fucking movie. We have it that memorized.
Pretty much, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, guys, for now, we gotta take off. We're gonna show you some pictures, and we're gonna have some Tyro going to give you his Aussie minute. And we'll be back after that, and we'll go into other stuff, such as the Dear 2 letters, so see you in a few minutes.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Aussie Minute with Tyro Thunder Drone. So most of you know by now that Australians are pretty crazy just to start. Now what happens if you give them a bunch of guns and point them at another nation? Now Australia is not really known for just outright invading other countries, but we have participated in World War I and World War II because we won our participation trophies, goddammit. And today we're going to be talking about two blokes who probably have a few roos loose in the top paddock. The first of these people that we're going to be talking about is a bloke by the name of Leslie Allen, better known as Bull. Now, Leslie is an imposing man, hence the term Bull. What did he do though? Well, Leslie was out with US servicemen up at a place called Mount Tambu in New Guinea, and there was a lot of men getting shot at and some injured. Leslie saw them out on the ground and went, "Time to clean up," and decided to run into oncoming fire, grab a man, pull him back. 12 fucking times. I'm pretty sure this guy was suicidal or trying to drag massive balls behind him. For this honestly stupid but heroic act, the US military decided to give him the Silver Star, and the band Sabaton, a power metal band from Sweden, of all places, decided to do a song called Ballad of the Bull, if you wish to give it a listen. And then we have the other type of Australian, the one who runs into battle naked because the Japanese are bombing the harbours. This Aussie by the name of Wilbert Hudson, or to his friends, Darky, I'm not making this up people, was in Darwin at the time of the Japanese attack in February 19th, 1942. Good old Darky was having a nice relaxing shower, washing his hair and washing his massive balls, when the Japanese decided to throw a few planes our way and drop bombs. Darky didn't think of running to go grab his uniform. Nah, he just went straight out into the field with nothing but his pants and his fucking hat on. Wait, nope, he forgot his pants. That's right, this wonderful, wonderful man decided to grab a machine gun, point it, and in nothing but his hat, shoot at the Japanese. And possibly confirm a few stereotypes in the process. And possibly, in case his first one failed, pull out his own. You know what I mean, ladies. But this has been the Aussie Minute with Tyro Thunder Drone talking about the military of Australia. It might have been two people, but let's face it, our whole militaries are fucking crazy. And I think the enemy will always hope that Australians have their pants on. We might club them.
guys hope you enjoyed the break. You know, I got to tell you, Hoof, we had it was really cool this time. Remember how before I'd be like, oh guys, we only have this many emails and only one person sent in, a picture, and then then one time we had a bunch of people sending pictures, but only a couple people sent in letters. Well, apparently the word is getting around because this time we had far more new pictures than we can show, and we had far more letters than we can read on this particular show. So, but both. So now, I want to tell you guys for if you sent in a letter and you don't hear it read today, don't worry about that. We're gonna, because it stays in the pile. We don't actually just get rid of letters. We make sure that we hold on to them. But either way, we're gonna go right now into the holidays, so you guys can know what to celebrate next week, and we got some good ones here.
What are your holidays? Teen Twipe.
Monday, and this one's good for me. I love this one. Probably not good for you, but it's good for me.
Okay.
Monday is National Hot and Spicy Food Day.
Ooh, no, I'm all about.
I didn't know you like spicy.
Of course I love spicy.
I didn't know that.
I love spicy.
I didn't know that at all. Okay, that's cool.
Beefy spicy.
Well, I'm good with that. Tuesday is pretty good. I knew Tuesday it's going to be definitely a day for all of us here. Tuesday is National Bacon Lovers Day. There is no reason not to take advantage of that. Bacon makes everything. I'm pretty sure bacon can make ice cream better.
Yeah. Are we going to include like those weirdos who are like, I eat healthy, so I eat turkey bacon? Do they count?
No.
Do they count?
That's not real bacon.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Good. All right, good.
No, it's not one of those. It's like, I'm going to eat, tofu bacon. No, you're not. You're not going to eat tofu bacon. You're not going to. You're going to take it, shove it up your ass, and it doesn't exist. And if it did exist, I would take it and I would stuff it up your ass, and you would not eat it except through your ass. So, yeah. It's the only way you do. Wednesday. Bacon enema. Wednesday is National Senior Citizens Day. And,
okay.
Interesting one. And it's one of those things, just go around, find the oldest person you can find, and give them a blowjob. There you go. Thursday is, and I know some people like this, some people won't, it's National Eat a Peach Day. I like peaches.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Not my favorite fruit.
I've had a lot of people out there, it's like, well, I don't like the fuzz on it. It's like, and I've had gay people tell me that. I've had gay people tell me I don't like the fuzz on it. It's like, no, I don't eat a peach because I don't like the fuzz, and then turn around and start sucking a dick. It's like, come on! Make up your damn mind! Do you or do you not want the fuzz? Come on, man. Your face is right in it. Friday is National Cheap Flight Day. What? No, you don't like flying?
I ain't taking no cheap flight. I want to get there alive.
Well, yeah, there is that. Although, I'm good for inexpensive flights. Sometimes you can find some good inexpensive flights. I wish more of them were more expensive. I wish, in fact, that, we blossom all these airlines out of nowhere and just they'd had to start, competing with each other so we could just get, $20 flight from here to, LA. That'd be great. Saturday is National Waffle Day.
Yes!
Nothing wrong with waffles.
Absolutely!
Nothing wrong with waffles at all. Waffle cones. Yeah, hey, that counts. That would count.
Yep.
And for Sunday, I'm gonna love Sunday. Sunday is National Whiskey Sour Day. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I will be having myself a whiskey sour, and I will do it on the day of the Lord, so he can.
Oh, yes. So this is like as opposed to whiskey sweet.
I don't think there's a whiskey sweet.
What?
But,
okay.
you can make a sweeter whiskey drink.
I don't know anything about whiskey. I'm completely honest. I don't.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. Anyway, guys, like I said, we've got tons of email. If you ever want to send in a Dear 2 letter, please send them in. Or if you want to send in a picture for our break, send those all to Dear 2. Wait, I'm still not used to the damn address yet. Dear2letters@hotmail.com. Send it down there, and we will put it in our pile, and we'll try to read it for you. So let's go on into Dear 2 letter.
Pitch Dear 2 letters.
Okay, here we go. Dear 2. First off, let me say, longtime fan, love what you do, and I hope you do it for many, many years to come. Anyway, I've heard about this upcoming anime called Beastars. Silly name,
Yes!
I know, but
Yes!
judging from what I've seen in the previews, it has the potential to be the biggest furry hit since freaking Animal Olympics, and certainly up there with Wolf Children and One Stormy Night. Comes from
those are so good.
Prison T. Kitsune, and yeah, actually, as much as I'm generally not into anime, I don't look for it. When you're in the furry fandom, it's kind of hard to avoid the trailer for this, and I looked at it.
Oh yeah.
It looked to me like there was a really strange medium. It looked to me like it was computer animated, kinda.
I think it was computer assisted, maybe.
Computer assisted animation, whatever it was, looked good to me. I thought it looked great. So yeah.
I mean, those who don't know, on my own channel, I do a thing called Anime Talk with my buddy Carnage Panda. I will insist on the season that comes out, that be one of the ones we talk about.
Wait, the season?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a series?
I thought it was a series.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a series or a movie. I had no idea.
Now that you say that, actually, now I'm questioning that. But I still insist we would watch it regardless.
Yeah, I don't even know. I have no idea. But either way, I'm on board for it. I'm definitely on board for it. So I'll watch it. I really hope they do a sub. They sub it to English because I hate reading movies. I hate that. It's like if I want to read, I sit down with a goddamn book. Okay, I don't watch a movie to read it. But either way, Dear 2, birds don't exist. It's all just a conspiracy by the Illuminati to bring about the New World Order. Just kidding. I've been a longtime fan of your rants in the 2 Cent shows, and even have 3 whole CDs of rants I've downloaded, probably illegally, from your website, including both of the best of the outtakes tracks. Keep that funny content coming, and this comes from, I think, 6 String.
I love it. I downloaded illegally from your site, so the thing that you put up to download, you somehow downloaded illegally.
I actually, to give you guys a little bit of a hint here, most of the stuff, up until I really started my Patreon, and of course I sold DVDs for a long time. Up until I started my Patreon, I never really took money for anything I did. I did all the rants and all the shows and everything, and they were just out there for everybody to take. And so it wasn't illegally. If you downloaded rants from my website, it was perfectly fine to do, and so don't worry about that. But I'm glad that you've been a fan for a while.
And that's why I have a folder called To the Renty Gryphon on my computer that is 15 gigs big. So.
Yeah. And by the way, birds do exist. By the way, I do, kind of.
Well,
in a way.
I'll only believe you if your beak is wrapped around my cock.
Oh,
that'll prove it.
Oh well, God, I may have to try that. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, Dear 2, I've been meaning to write for quite some time, and I often found myself unable to put to words how much I wanted to thank you. Forgive me for this, but I'm going to continue on here. Over time, I took a few things you said to heart, got motivated, packed up out of the comfort of living meaningless existence, and set out to do better. Fast forward a few grueling years later of hard work, and now I own my own successful company, part of the largest network of delivery in my area. I'm living happily, healthily, and I doubt I could have made it this far without your disembodied advice every week. This is from Svarderstein. Now, this letter was a lot longer than I could put in here, but he told me a story about how for a long time he wasn't doing very well. He had some family members die. He just lost his partner, and he wound up with a really crappy job. And that's about when 2 Cents started poking its face around. And he started listening to 2 Cents, and eventually he kind of started taking my advice. And he picked himself up by his bootstraps, like I always been telling people, and he got up off his ass, and now he has a really successful company. He's doing fine. And
good on him.
Yeah, I wanted to say that's something, and I know everybody's sick of hearing it. I know everybody's tired of hearing this because, well, the boomers say that, and anything boomers say is stupid. How about this? Things boomers say are probably a little bit more wise than you think they are because they've been around longer than you. And by the way, I'm not a boomer, but still, this is one of those things where you ever see on TV, you'll have these commercials for a diet pill or some kind of little fitness machine it's going to make you skinny in just 24 minutes. You're going to be just thin and you try the things and it never works. It never ever works because it's just people trying to sell you bullshit, right?
Yes.
That's the way life works. That's the way life works in general. There's no cheap, easy, or crazy way to actually just suddenly be who you want to be and suddenly be where you want to be. There's no way to just do that. The only way you're going to do that is if you pick your ass up and you put yourself in gear. It's your life. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And if you don't, you won't get there. You just won't. So you have to do it yourself. Everybody has to do it yourself. And believe me, if I can do something with my life, trust me, you can too. So, it's just one of those deals. You have to just pick yourself up. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy because a lot of times it's not. You have to go through some hard work. You have to do some hard things that you don't want to do. But it'll be a lot easier than just sitting around and going nowhere in life. It'll be a lot easier than that. So, so that's always been part of what I've been saying on 2 Cents for over the last however many years I've been doing it now. But thank you, Svarter, for sending that in. I really like to hear that when people say, yeah, man, it worked. And I'm like, yeah, man, I knew it. So
it's heartening more than anything. It's awesome to hear. I think that's something that actually more people need to hear, though, because it's like you need to hear other people that say that despite the hardships and despite the troubled times they took to get there, because through their hard work and dedication, they didn't sit there and wait for it to happen. They went, you know what? Despite the bad things, I got to do this, and they got there.
Yeah,
those stories need to be out there.
Yeah, exactly. And especially these days, because there's a lot more people lately that don't want to do that. They just want to sit around and try and make everybody else make their life what they want it to be. And, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. They're going to have to, and here pretty soon, they're going to be in their mid-40s, and they're going to pick themselves up and go, I better get off and do something with my life. And, because, and then it's going to be half over by then. So, better do it when you're young, All right, next letter here. Dear 2, when will you visit Australia? Would love to see you and Featherhoof at a convention someday. I would love to go to Australia again. For several years, I went there just right in a row, over and over, and I went to conventions down there, and I had a great time. I had a load of great time back. I'd love to go back, but it is really expensive to get down there.
I grew up, during my formative years, through the 90s, there was this craze here in America where Australia was this mystical land of ooh.
Yeah.
And I grew up with that same mindset going, Australia, I would if it's Australia. Australia sounds amazing. But I got some Australian friends now, and I hear a lot about, when you take the mysticism out of Australia and you hear the reality of Australia, that makes me go, I don't know if I want to go there. I don't want to have to go through the daily routine of smacking all my shoes out to make sure that there's not a thing in there that will kill me in minutes.
Yeah, there are some things about it. So you show up at a hotel and it's like, would you like internet? And it's like, yes. It's like, that's $20 a day for a 900 baud signal. And it's like, whoa, what, really? Are you kidding me? Yeah. So yeah, it's.
I mean, I would love to visit my friends there. I mean, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to go there just to visit some peoples, but I don't think I'd want to stay long.
I don't know. I think it's a fun place. I think it's a really cool place to be, and I would love to go back. So, but
my opinion would change if I got to experience it. But I mean, just things I hear just kind of scare me.
Yeah, it's a little bit creepy. I remember one time I reached down to try and shoo a bug out of the bathtub. I found a bug in the bathtub in my hotel. And I reached down to try and shoo the bug out, but I stopped halfway there and went, wait, is this thing going to kill me? Is this, could this thing possibly like reach up, grab my finger and start slinging me all over the goddamn bathroom until I'm dead? You know, I don't know what this thing is. So you gotta be careful. You have to be very careful there. But anyway, next letter, Dear Two and Featherhoof, few things.
Hi.
Few things. First, I want to ask you two, what your favorite music or artists are. Second, I want to know what you guys think of where the fandom is going right now. And thirdly, I would want to know what games you guys would want to play together after playing Don't Starve Together and the like. From Oxide Crux.
All right.
Okay. Well, you know, it's funny. I've always liked all kinds of music, but I find that lately my favorite has been like kind of shifting to jazz. I've been really appreciating jazz lately. What about you?
And this is going to sound so stereotypical for me, but beyond, you know, the classic rock and hard rock and all that jazz.
It's J-pop, isn't it?
No.
Oh, damn.
It's video game music. Video game background music. Things that have no lyrics, no anything. It's just this synthesized jams of things that just take me back to good times I had with awesome flashy things on screens.
Yeah. As far as the state of the fandom is going, I think what's happening to the fandom is the same thing that's what's happening in the Western world right now to everybody. I think it's a bit worse in the fandom because in the fandom, you've always had people who have been further on, like, I guess the SJW side of things, and now they're just being activated by this new hate religion. So I think it's a little bit more prominent in the furry fandom to see the problems that are going around, but I don't think it's different from any problems that Western world is happening right now. That's why I'm kind of taking a little bit of a step back from the fandom for a little while. I'm letting that shit calm down because I don't need to be in the middle of any of that. So that's my thought on that.
The fandom, I've always been, until recently, I've always been someone who's sort of an outsider on the whole thing. Like I was always a furry, but I'm sort of like the one who's over here in the corner watching the fandom. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I haven't had a lot of interaction with the fandom, but to me, the fandom is like, it's like God, in that, just like, you know, God is different to each individual who has a perception of God.
Yeah.
So is the fandom. The fandom is, you know, your own personal fandom. You know, it is for you what you take in and what you take out of it, like you specifically personally. So it's, I don't know. And when people say, "What's the state of the fandom?" as if it's like this, like, concrete thing that you can really give a, you know,
that's the thing is
quantifiable grade of.
I think that's part of the problem right now is that, you know, the fandom has always, up until recently, has always been what you can take out of it and what you can put into it. But anymore, it's not that way anymore because now there are people in the furry fandom. It's like, no, you can't put that in here. Oh, you can't put that in here either. No, we're gonna gate block this. We're gonna actually guard the gates and we're gonna allow what you can and cannot do in the fandom based on our feelings. And that's happened. That's been happening a lot. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird for now. I'm personally taking a scoot back personally for a little while. But that's just me. Anyway, guys, if you want to write a Dear 2 letter, go to send it to dear2letters@hotmail.com. Once again, we're going to take a short break here, and we're going to be right back with more 2 cents. But before that happens, do you have $5? I mean, just $5. I mean, now if you have $6, okay, 5's a little bit much. But if you have $5 extra a month, you know, you can actually sign up to be one of my producers on Patreon. And you can get the full version of the show with exclusive content, and you get an MP3 download for everything for your listening device, and you get a bunch of other little perks that you only get if you're a patron. So head on over to patreon.com/rantinggryphon and start your membership now. It helps me, and it helps the channel, and it helps us to create more orgasms. And that's what we want to do. So For now, for everyone else, that's going to be our show for the week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're going to see you next week on the 2 Cent Show, where I am going to be the Birdrito. I'm going to be the Eaglerito.